It is Wednesday. I'm just north of Jackson, Mississippi, headed up to Greenwood, Mississippi. I'm going to make a little short update video right now, right this minute, right this second. The first change that we're making is we are going to sell our little international single axle Max Force. He is going to be sold, and Old Timer will be upgraded into a better, more modern, better fuel mileage truck. You know, Mac's been with us a while, and it's been a pretty good truck, even though it has the Max Force. People thought I was crazy when I put it on, but we are officially going to sell him. I bought him for $11,000, and I'm selling him for $11,000. We have put a lot of money into him, keeping him running. We have done a lot of maintenance and upgrades and things of that nature. It's a lot better truck now than it was when I got it. There are no engine lights, no ABS lights, none of that on. It's a solid ride. So if anybody wants a little single axle truck that will let them get in the market cheap, give me a holler. onechristiantrucker@gmail.com. That's the first change that we're making going forward. And Friday I'm going to release a video that's going to have a lot more information in it about the next steps in the evolution of our business. I think that there will be some of y'all that will be very interested in that video, so y'all stay tuned and wish me luck on selling our Max Force, because you know, a lot of people hear that engine and they freak out. That has been a good truck. I know a lot of people have problems with those engines, but all I've had to do as far as the exhaust system is change one sensor. I haven't had to change filters because I got it through Ryder. And Ryder had an extensive list of the things that they have done. I mean, they have immaculate records of the maintenances and repairs on their vehicles, and I was able to go through them with a fine-tooth comb. Now, when we got the truck from Ryder, somebody had put a sensor on it, and they had crossed the wires or something or another, and it had the system doing crazy stuff. Like, you could open the driver's side door and the horn would start blowing, and you could push the brakes in, and then it would show you that the brakes was actually out. You know, it had all kinds of stuff mixed up in the system. And see, when some people start having electrical issues, they'll give up on a vehicle. But we didn't. You know, even right now, his heater selector is turned to heat, but it's blowing cold, ice cold. It's just the way something, you got to figure out little niches, and that little rascal, the air blows cold, no engine lights, no brake lights, all that stuff is working, keeps 130 pounds of air. I mean, that's a good little truck. It's just a single axle day cab, so it limits you with the things that you can do with it. Could you run it OTR if you want to stay in hotel, and if you want to haul lightweight freight? Yeah, I guess you could. But you would have to be very strategic on your loads. You'd have to be very strategic on where you end up, or you're going to be sleeping on a board between the seats. I've done that. I mean, Old Timer done that. Whenever he wanted that, he'd stretch out over the seats. There's a way to skin every cat. You know, there's no cat that is unskinnable. You can figure it out. Where there's a will, there's a way. Ain't that what the old saying is? But yeah, we are going to sell Max. It's like selling a member of the family, because he's been with me. I've had the truck 2 years. Old Timer's been in him 87 weeks. So I had it sitting at the house, because initially we were going to use it as a yard truck at my direct shipper, and we just didn't never make that happen because the insurance requirements and liabilities were kind of in a gray area. It would be in my truck and them using it on their yard with their guys. Yeah, we didn't want to cross some of those hurdles. and it wasn't going to bring me in maybe $1,000 a month. So I'd have probably just been wasting my time. I just wanted to have another hook into my direct shippers so that they are that more pleased with my service per se. But we ended up putting it on the road. An old timer took it, and after a few hurdles, you know, we got that truck running, and it's been a good one. And I would take it to Dedgum, New York City right now. I wouldn't be scared of it. I mean, it's a good little truck. She needs to be ran. Any truck, if you sit it down and you don't run it every day, you're going to have a hesitation in the injection. You're going to have something go on with the DPF system. You know, trucks are meant to run, and you got to keep them running, and you got to keep maintenance and fix all the little things that happen to them. And that's what we do with Max. Max has been I can't say it enough. All the people that thought that I was crazy when I bought it, you know, the proof is in the pudding. I prayed about it. I felt good about it. The Lord opened some doors, and that truck made money. That truck helped me get through these 2 years of gaining my authority and going through all these steps and adding drivers and all these things that I've been learning as I go. You know, that was a big deal. It's, you know, when you go to college to be a doctor or a lawyer, you got to pay the college. But when you're out here and you're building a business, you're getting paid as you learn. It's a paid education. So I got my authority, and I learned how to run it on my own. Then I got another driver, and I learned how to get that in there, and another driver, and I'm learning that. Every step of the way has been a learning process, an education per se, and I wouldn't change it for nothing. I've met some great people, I've learned some great things, and you know, I've got a lot more to learn. And when you're in this industry, I've known people that tried to jump in it overnight and they failed miserably, or they end up losing all their money and then they lose their sanity. You got to take the time, you got to learn the steps, you got to try to manage yourself as you learn and realize this is a college education, but you're getting paid to learn as you go. That's the way I look at it. You know, and one day I'll be a master of all things transportation. I'm not there yet, but if I live long enough, I'll consider myself a master of transportation. And that's where I want to be. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. And don't forget, Friday, expect a video with the next series of moves that we're going to go with our company. God bless, and we'll catch y'all on the next ride.